Welcome friends. In this video, we are going to see form and input elements. So let's proceed that. I have an image which is kind of a college admission form. And here you can see this is just a form and these are few input elements. So basically a form will take the user input and it then send this data to the backend server, and then the backend server will process it, and then it will do the needful action. So in this video we will try to see how we can build this kind of form in just HTML. So now I'm proceeding with the creating the folder 01 HTML basics. Okay, we are in that module right now, and now I will create a file with 12 dot form and input.html. And now with the help of Emmet plugin, I will type this and then press the tab. It will basically generate a boilerplate code, and here I will write 12 form and input elements. Okay, so now we will proceed with that, and let me open that admission form again. Here you can see, okay, so we have this as a first name and then input box. So let me again basically start with the form and input elements. Okay, and now let me open this page in the browser, and here you can see we have form and input elements. So now let's resize this to a half by half layout, and okay, and now let me resize the editor as well to half by half, and here we go. Okay, so now we are in the half by half layout. So now let me create the division. Okay, and give this as a name. Okay, now we have a, okay, first name, last name, right? And that's it. So here first name. Okay, these comments are very helpful, and then we will type this label, and you can see I am using my Emmet plugin. I am just typing few characters and then pressing tab, and it will generate the code. And here I will say first name, and then I will write first name, and here now I will write input and then tab. So basically it generate the default text type input, and here I will give name as first name, and then id as first name. Okay, you can see here I'm using the same first name everywhere. So basically the name will be used in the backend server, okay, for processing, for accepting the data, and this id and this should be same. Okay, let's save it, and now go live. Now you can see our first name and then input box is present. Okay, and let me yeah, now if I click on the first name, the input box is highlighted. So how this is happening? This is happening because of this sync. Okay, now if I remove this sync, if I use different id, then what will happen? It will not happen. You can see I'm clicking here. Okay, this control is not going there. Okay, this is not highlighted. Okay, so to get that kind of behavior, you need to basically use the same id as you mentioned in the for. Okay, you can see I'm clicking here and the control goes there. And now same thing I will just copy paste because these both are same. Okay, and give it as last name, and I can do this in editor. Okay, so I select this and then control D and then control D to select the next subsequent text, and now I will, you know, in the same one operation I can, rename everything. okay, and then last name. Save it, and then you get here. And let me basically give a br. Okay, you can see here. And now our next is gender. Okay, here you can see our gender, so which is a radio button. So br, and then gender. Okay, and new div. Okay, and now uh, let me create input box of type radio. Okay, and now you can see how Emit is helping us to develop the code fast. And now I just press tab, and here I will give gender. Okay, and then id as male. Okay, and then uh, I need to give a label, okay, of id male. Okay, and then male. And if I save this, you can see here. Before that, let me use the label uh, uh, gender, and then just use this as gender. Okay, and you got this kind of behavior. And now just using same text, I will generate two more, and name should be same. And here I will write female, and here I will write an other, and female, and then other. Okay, and everything is same here, other. Okay, and female. Okay, now if I save this, you can see, if I click on mail, you can see this radio button is checked. Okay, same here, this, because I have set the id same as that I have mentioned in for of the label. Okay, so this is how you get this behavior. And now our next is email, right, which is email and then input. Now let's proceed that. And br. Okay, and then email, and new div. Okay, and then label, and email, and email. And now input of type text. Okay, let me see. Name equals to email, and id equals to email, because you now know that if you give id same as that you mentioned in for, you get that kind of behavior. Okay, if I save, you get this kind of email and then input. But HTML provides something, email type input box. Now what this does is, if I write something like abc and 1 2 3, any random characters which is not a valid email, then on submit it will throw the error. Okay, we will see this in action later. And right now I'm just deleting it. And now there is one more important thing which I forgot. There's something called as placeholder. Okay, so before HTML4 we have to give something like okay, I just typing my name, and then you just kind of a given example, and then you delete it and then write Dhanu sir whatever. Okay, but after HTML5 you can basically use something called as placeholder. Here you can see you get a text Dhanu, but when you type something like Budharam, that Dhanu is automatically replaced. So this is basically a behavior. Okay, very interesting behavior, right? So because you want to show something, for example, in email. Okay, what I will do in the uh, plus Dhanu, I will say enter your first name, kind of a message. Okay, you can see here. And same with the last name, uh, place holder, enter your last name, and then dot dot dot, and you can see here. And same with the email. Okay, I will write placeholder, uh, enter your valid email. Okay, something like that. Okay, now let's proceed. Now we have an address which is of type text area. And let me give br, then address, and then div, and here label, for address, okay, and then we need a text area, okay, and address same as thing, and here it generates call and rows, okay, which let's not use this right now, and then I will show you what the difference you are getting. And you can see here you there is a something called as by default area you are getting in the address. And now if you want to increase or decrease the size, okay, then you have to uh, mention its attributes, calls, and then rows, okay. And if I save this, you can see you get this kind of uh, big text area 4, and yeah, this much I need, or let me use 20, okay, let me use 25, okay. So you can see we can easily update the size and different behavior, okay. Here also you can use placeholder, enter your address or valid address, okay, and that's it, okay. And now let's proceed to next, which is courses applied, and then we will use something called as select element, okay. And here br, and then courses applied, and then division, and then label course applied, and then course applied for, it doesn't have for, okay, nothing, okay. And then we can use select and name course applied, and we can use the same for id, okay. And you get something like this, okay, but it has nothing. So to get the data here, we need to use something called as option, okay. And now the value is, for example, bca, okay, bca first year, or first first year bca, okay. So let's use this, and bca first, or use this, okay. And so this value will be used in the backend, okay. And now let me copy paste, okay, control c and then control v, and then first year bca mca CSIT, okay, computer science and information technology, and then MCA, and then CSIT, okay, and then BIT, okay, first year BIT, okay. And then you can use many things, and here you can see you get this nice select kind of behavior, okay. It's interesting, okay. And now let's proceed to the your interest, which is basically check boxes, okay. And br, and then your interest, and here div, and now label interest, and your your okay. And then if you see here, we have these things in the new line. So let me give br tag, and now I will write these checkboxes, which is singing, dancing, drawing, writing, and sports, right? So for that, input of type checkboxes, you can see Emmet is helping great in development. And now here the name, okay, should be different, and the name like singing, okay. And then it should be singing, or the same as we of the label, okay, singing, okay, okay, yeah. And now our label is singing, and I save it, and you have this kind of behavior, okay. And now let me copy this and give as a dancing, and here as a dancing, and here also dancing, and dancing. And now you might be wondering here, the name is singing, the name is dancing here, and this and this, okay, what is the difference here is, in the radio button we have to use the same text for the name, because when we send the data to the backend, the form will send only one data, which is name. Okay, so let me update the um, typo error here. Okay, basically it send only one data. However, in case of the checkbox, it will send multiple data. Okay, that's why it's different for every checkbox. And now let me copy paste and quickly, we have five, I guess. Okay, singing, dancing, drawing, writing, sports. Okay, singing, dancing, let me use this kind of selection, and then singing, dancing, drawing, and then okay, drawing, and then singing, dancing, drawing, writing, and sports. Writing, and finally uh, sports, and then sports. Okay, save, and you get this kind of interest. And if you want writing to be in the new line, then just use br. Okay, and you get similar. Now you want to basically send the mark sheet, right? 12th class mark sheet. Then you can use something called as file type input box. Okay, label mark sheet, uh, 12th class mark sheet. Okay, and then input of file, and then here you can see mark sheet, and same I will copy and paste here. And now you can basically select these kind of files. Okay, and now the last is basically submit and reset button. Okay, you can see here, and here uh, input of type submit, and you get this value, and then submit. Okay, and save it, you get this behavior. And now input of type reset, and then reset, and then you get reset button. Now what this reset button does is, for example, if I write Dhanush sir here, and okay, let me use Dhanush sir here, and then do check, enter anything. And now if I click on the reset button, you can see there is no any such behavior, right? Because why we are not getting that behavior? Because we need to wrap all these inside the form element, and that's where the form is very important. Okay, so let me wrap all this inside the form tab, and here now form. Okay, and now let me wrap inside the form and save. Okay, and now we are inside the form, and here, so this action is basically to tell where we are going to send this form data. So for example, this is admission form, right? So admission form.php, something like that, in the backend will be there, and that file will process this data. Okay, now when I do Dhanu, and then sir, and then check anything, and then valid. Okay, then if I type reset, then you can see it reset the thing. And for example, if I say Dhanu, and then sir, and then here, and then uh, as I was showing something like the Dhanu, uh, okay, and sir, and I'm not writing at the rate or valid email, and if I try to submit, so you can see this kind of error it is showing. It is because of our file type email. Okay, so this concept is called as client side validation. Okay, so that's all in this chapter. Thanks for watching. See you in the next chapter.